So, good day everyone. I am Bernadette Ailut Chavez, and today I'm going to discuss about the Rebirth of Freedom in 1946 to 1970, the state of literature during this period, poetry in English during this period. Thomas Pine Guvan. Uh, he is the author of the Rebirth of Freedom. Um, it is a personal and intellectual biography of an American historian. Trans- Transcription of the Rebirth of Freedom. The Rebirth of Freedom, 1946 to 1970, another inspiration for writers in Filipino was the launching of the Palanca Memorial Award for Literature, headed by Carlos Palanca Sr. in 1950. Until now, the award are still being given, although the man who founded it has passed away. The awards were given to writers of short story, plays, and poetry. Poetry for the first 20 years, many books were published both of the Filipino and in English among the writers during this time. So the Rebirth of Freedom, the Americans returned in 1945. Filipino rejoiced, and guerrillas who fled to the mountains joined the liberating Americans army. On the 4th of July year 1946, the Filipino regained its freedom, and the Filipino flag waved joyously alone. So in the 4th day of July 1946, the Commonwealth of the Philippines became the Republic of the Philippines, the Third Republic. The state of literature during this period. In this period, the early post-liberation period was marked by a kind of struggle of mind and spirit, posted by the sudden emancipation from the enemy and the wild desire to see print. Proliferation of newspaper like Free Press, Morning Sun of Sarjas Minya Sr., Daily Mirror of Joaquin Rezas, Evening News of Ramon Lopez's, and the Bulletin of Menzi. Journalists had their day. They indulged in more militant attitude and the reporting, which bordered in the libellous. Gradually, as normality was restored, the tones and themes of the writings turned to the less pressing problem of the economic survival. Some Filipino writers who had abroad and had written during their interims came back to publish their works. But in this time, not all the books published during the period reflected the war year. Some were compilation or second edition of what have been written before. Poetry in English during this period. Seven Hours Away by N.V.M. Gonzalez. For the first 20 years, many books were published, both in Filipino and in English. Among the writers during this time were Fred Ruiz Castro, Dominador I, Elio, and C.B. Rigor. Some notable works of the period, including the following: Heart of the Island in 1947, a collection of poems by Manuel Veray; Philippine Cross Section in 1950, a collection of prose and poetry by Maximo Ramos and Florentino Valerios; Prose and Poems in 1952 by Nick Joaquin; Philippine Writing in 1953, Philippine Harvest by Amador, and Horizons Lest in 1967, a collection of works by the professor of UE, mostly in English, short stories, essays, research papers, poem, and drama by Artemio Pataxil and Silverio Baltazar. The themes of the most poems dealt with the usual love of nature and of social and political problems. Toribia Manyo's poems showed deep emotional intensity, who spoke of courage in his sleep, by N.V.M. Gonzalez. Speak Not, Speak Also, by Conrado V. Pedroche. Other poets were Toribia Manyo and Edith El Tiempo. Jose Garcia Villas, the title of Have Come, I'm Here, won acclaim both here and abroad. Okay. So that's all for the topic that given to me. And thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you understand some of my discussion. So thank you so much. Again, this is Bernadette Chavez, BSHM second year.